Check this out. You and I are both reading this correctly. You're looking at a 4.82% increase in VO2 max in a single dose randomized controlled trial. So a single dose being 50 milliliters of beetroot juice, which is about 1.69 ounces, containing about 6.2 millimoles of nitrates. So we should say a nitrate-rich beetroot juice. Single dose intervention with female athletes, trained athletes, a 4.82% increase in VO2 max. That is just amazing, and that is just part of it. Outside of reduction of heart rate and other issues, which we're going to get benefits that we're going to delve into in a couple of seconds. But right now, let's get right into the study as follows. Effective beetroot juice supplementation on aerobic capacity in female athletes, a randomized controlled control study. Methods, or the abstract. A cardiopulmonary exercise test was conducted to assess aerobic capacity among 18 healthy female endurance athletes. The participants were randomly assigned into two groups, placebo group and the beetroot juice group, which consumed 50 milliliters of beetroot juice concentrate, approximately 6.2 millimoles of nitrates. We'll look in more detail as promised in a little bit. Now check this out too. 2.5 hours prior. 2.5 hours prior to basically the exercise event. I would normally assume 30 minutes, maybe an hour, but these benefits were yielded 2.5 hours out to proceed before the second test. The results showed that the beetroot juice group demonstrated significant improvements in minute ventilation, VE, respiratory equivalence, and heart rate. Maximal oxygen consumption, as VO2 max, increased by 4.82% in the beetroot juice group, and whereas it was a small decrease in the placebo group. Now, ready? Check this out. Here it goes. We'll look at the chart number 1 here. Other neat points. The ratio of ventilation to oxygen consumption decreased by 9.52% in the beetroot juice group. That's pretty amazing. Another cool thing to check out? Check this out. All right. This chart right here indicates the more efficient gas exchange and CO2 elimination on top of that. There are other benefits in regard to the single dose intervention as well, but these are two of the ones that really stood out outside of that 4.82% increase in the VO2 max. Now, let's start bringing it home, because I think it pretty much explains most of it. And I'm going to use Gemini Advanced to give you a breakdown as far as how these measurements equate to the real world. To proceed, the conclusion. The study investigated the effects of beetroot juice supplementation on aerobic work capacity and cardiopulmonary performance in female endurance athletes. The results demonstrated that the consumption of beetroot juice led to a 4.82% increase in VO2 max, which has significant improvement in ventilation scores, reduction in heart rate, reflecting enhanced cardiovascular and respiratory function. These findings indicate that beetroot juice consumption can reduce fatigue during prolonged exercise by improving oxygen utilization and energy efficiency, which are critical for endurance sports performance and other parts of just normal daily life as well. The results revealed distinct differences between the beetroot juice group and the placebo group, emphasizing the potential of nitrates to optimize physiological response during exercise in female athletes. The study wanted to focus on female athletes because very few studies, or a small portion of those studies, are actually done in female athletes. Most of them are done in male athletes, so they wanted to change emphasis. To proceed. And there's other benefits too as you look into the study of why females may respond even more favorably to the beetroot juice. But I don't want to add publisher bias. The beetroot juice group exhibited significant improvements in ventilation and gas exchange efficiency, while the placebo group showed signs of decreased ventilator efficiency and slight decline in the VO2 max. We just want to focus on the beetroot juice group. These differences underscore the role of targeted supplementation in enhancing performance, particularly for female athletes who may benefit from gender-specific strategies due to physiological and hormonal differences. As we iterated prior, and to reiterate now, part of the methodology, she just to show you once again, you see 2.5 hours prior to the second test, the consumption. And again, they contained the amount of nitrates, the fructose, the glucose, the sucrose, giving you the breakdown to about 6.2 millimoles of nitrates. Now, what does that mean? All right. Now we'll use our old friend here, or new friend here, Advanced Gemini. Give you a breakdown. A typical beetroot juice contains normally a non-nitrate enriched beetroot juice, about 2.4 to 4.8 millimoles, where the one they utilized was 6.2. Again, growing conditions, things like that could all play a factor. And here's your ounce equivalent, about 50 milliliters, approximately 1.69 fluid ounces. So if you wanted to emulate, per se, the amount of millimoles used in the study of the nitrates in the beetroot juice, you may have to consume a little bit more than 1.69 ounces. Not a lot, maybe a little. And again, also contain, dependent upon the growing condition, the beetroot's organic, storage times, so on and so forth. And there's also a lot of nitrate-rich beetroot juice powders and supplements on the market as well. But that is pretty fascinating. Again, we're looking at female athletes, and what an incredibly easy way to increase that VO2 max in just such a simple intervention, which normally is seen as being very safe. Again, future studies need to be done, but it's beetroot juice. But to proceed as follows in regard to giving gratitude to the researchers who did a wonderful job bringing this to our attention, as well as gratitude that you watch, and look forward to see what you and I both share next week. Pretty cool, 4.82% increase in VO2 max, 2.5 hours prior, according to the study, and about 1.69 ounces of enriched juice, nitrate-rich in juice, reduced nitrate-rich beetroot juice. Pretty amazing. All right, catch you all next time. See you then. Bye.